How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we've got another video talking about the new 2023 Nissan Z. Now, before we get into today's video, definitely be sure to leave a like down below if you find this video informative at all or entertaining at all. And also definitely be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. If you're new to my channel, it helps me out a lot as a smaller YouTuber. But anyways, getting into today's video, basically what I'm just going to go over today is the information that we currently know, just all the information that we currently know about the new 2023 Nissan Z, and kind of do just one final video on it before we actually see it on the road. And I can potentially be able to do an in-person review of me actually driving in and talking about it. So this is kind of like the last hypothetical video before we actually see it on the road. And in today's video, I'm basically just going to be doing a short kind of preview review of the car, what I think about it, and what I think that, other people should look forward to in it, and some of its potential cons as well. So anyways, starting out, this is, yes, the 2023 Nissan Z. It is going to be a 2023 production year model car. So that basically means that it's going to start production. Well, they probably already started production on them, but we're actually going to be seeing them in dealerships hopefully as soon as this upcoming spring of 2022. But I did just want to highlight the actual name of the car as being a 2023 Nissan Z, because Nissan said themselves that the actual name of the model is going to be just Z, not 400Z like a lot of people initially thought it was. I initially thought it was going to be a 400Z, and at first I thought it was going to be either 2022 model year, maybe 2023, or even 2024. No one really knew, but obviously as of this past August, we know for sure that it is going to be a 2023 model year, and its name is going to be the Nissan Z, not the 400Z or anything else. Now, briefly talking about the overall design of this car, I personally really love this design. It's more of a modern retro design. I'm a huge fan of modern retro cars myself. Personally, I do have a 2008 Ford Mustang, so it's the S197 generation Mustang, which was kind of the first modern retro real domestic car to kind of really be reintroduced in the 21st century, I guess you could say. And after that car kind of got released, then the Camaro, the Charger, and the Challenger kind of followed suit. And now we're even seeing some of that influence being rubbed off on this new Nissan Z, which I am a huge fan of. The overall body is much different than the 350 and the 370Zs that we've become accustomed to over the course of the past 1.5 decades that they've basically been at technically the forefront of Nissan. And also, this new Nissan Z does have an estimated curb weight right around 3,500 pounds, so pretty average, not too heavy, and not exceptionally light either. Now, moving on to the aspect where myself as well as a bunch of other people are most excited about with this car is the overall engine and the drivetrains that are going to be offered with this vehicle. So the engine, there's only going to be one engine option, and it is a 3-liter twin-turbo V6 that is coming out of the new Infiniti Q50 Red Sports. And this engine is going to push a max horsepower of 400 brake horsepower and a max foot-pounds of torque of right around 350. As of right now, the boost numbers, the max boost, PSI numbers aren't really confirmed, but you can expect basically the same exact specs coming out of the Infiniti Q50 Red Sport. Also, it is estimated, again, if they are going to be exactly the same as the Infiniti Q50 Red Sports, that the peak power is going to be reached only at 5,600 RPMs, which is honestly kind of surprising to me. I feel like this engine would rev a little bit higher than that. Obviously it will, the red line is going to be higher, but considering that it may potentially only make peak power under 6,000 RPMs is just a tad bit surprising to me. And the two transmissions that are going to be offered for this new Nissan Z is going to be a 9-speed automatic transmission, and that's going to be a shiftable automatic transmission with available paddle shifters, or the 6-speed manual, stick shift transmission, which a lot of people are very excited about, because this new Z is one of the very few remaining enthusiast vehicles that are going to be offered with a manual gearbox. Now, one thing that is pretty cool is that launch control features are going to be available in both the automatic as well as the new manual Zs. And also, it doesn't matter if you get the lower or higher end trim of this new Z. For example, the base trim is going to be called the Sport, and the kind of more premium trim or higher end trim of this new Nissan Z is going to be referred to as the Performance trim. Now, with the Sport trim, you're going to be basically getting 18-inch factory alloy wheels with 2-piston front brake calipers, whereas with the Performance kind of trim, you're going to get 19-inch wheels with more performance-oriented tires wrapped around those wheels, and you're going to get larger 4-piston calipers in the front, as well as just this regular standard 2-piston brake calipers for the rear. And also, it is rumored that the Performance trim of this Nissan Z is going to be the only trim that does come with a dual rear exit exhaust. I don't know if that's 100%, certain or not. I feel like it would make sense for both the Sport and the Performance trims to come with a dual exit exhaust. I don't understand the purpose of the kind of Sport trim just coming with a single exit rear exhaust, but again, that is a rumor that I kind of wanted to just let you guys know that that may potentially be a possibility in this new Z's future. And now, also moving on to the interior, the Sport trim does only offer cloth seats, whereas the Performance trim does offer a little bit more luxurious heated leather seats. Now, mind you, the seat designs on this are sport-oriented seats, and they basically, Nissan kind of took the design of the R35 GTR seats that are currently, again, made in their production GTRs, and kind of based these seats off of that platform, which is really, really cool that they kind of incorporated that design into these new Z cars. Now, speaking about the interior, it doesn't matter what trim you get, whether it's the Sport or the Performance, there is going to be a 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster kind of panel right in the center of the vehicle. That is also going to be a touchscreen as well, I believe, which is definitely a much more kind of modern upgrade when compared to the 350 and the 370Z's very, very dated interiors, because those two cars, they really haven't been updated since like 2005 when they were first introduced, which is kind of pathetic. Now, one thing that I do kind of find cool is that there is going to be 3 analog gauges that are very similar to the ones that are found in the 350 and 370Zs. And yes, even though these are going to be analog and may be a little bit dated in some people's eyes, they will serve a function. I can almost guarantee you that one of them is going to be a boost gauge, considering the new twin turbo powertrain that this car is going to sport. And I can also kind of make an educated guess that the other gauge out of the remaining 2 is probably going to be a voltage gauge. I don't know what the third one is going to be. Again, it's not absolutely certain yet, but hopefully it's not just a simple time clock like we saw with the 350 and the 370Zs. Also, going back to the name, the reason why they're not calling it the 400Z is because, again, the displacement of the engine is 3 liters as opposed to having the engine with a 4-liter displacement. Mind you, I still think they could have called it the 400Z because of the fact that it's making 400 horsepower from factory, but take that as you will. But that was basically the official statement by Nissan as to why they're not going to be referring to this new Z as the 400Z. Now, going back to the design, I absolutely love this modern retro design like I previously stated. I love the fact that it's basically a combination of a 240 or 280 Z kind of silhouette and 240/280 kind of front. And also a combination of the 300ZX reminiscent rear that we see with the taillights. I think it's just absolutely amazing with the new updated modern technology with the LED headlights and the LED taillights. And when you combine the modern yet very simple interior that this car comes with, as well as the enthusiast friendly and very driver focused and proven drivetrain with the twin turbo V6 engine, as well as the manual gearbox or automatic gearboxes. Overall, I think this car is just going to be an absolute home run, grand slam. I think Nissan definitely did extremely well with this car. Again, I can't wait to see it on the road. Now, if you've been subscribed to my channel, you know I've made multiple videos on this car now, and this is kind of my last final recap of it. And basically to go over the final aspect of this car, we're going to be talking about the price a little bit. Now, mind you, the price is going to vary, and probably it'll be a lot more in the actual, reality of things, because of the fact that, dealerships tend to just overcharge a crazy amount with new vehicles. But you can expect this car to be right around $40,000, give or take. Now, mind you, that is in US dollars for anyone, watching this video in any other countries. And it is confirmed that the absolute base minimum price for these new Zs is going to be $37,500 US dollars. And again, that's going to be for the sport trim. For the performance trim with a couple more options, you could definitely expect to pay right around, like, in your mid 40s, right around $45,000 US dollars, and with additional dealership fees, hopefully not north of $50,000 US dollars, but it could definitely be creeping up to $50,000 US dollars, which is definitely a shame. But again, that's just the reality of newer vehicles. So anyways, guys, that's pretty much just gonna be it for today's video. Again, I hope I kind of gave you guys a nice, brief, but yet informative summary of this new 2023 Nissan Z. Again, I can't state this enough. I'm extremely excited to see this thing on the road. Hopefully I get my hands on one to actually do a proper review for you guys and drive it and, just feel how it drives on the road. But definitely down in the comments below, let me know what you guys think of this new Nissan Z, and also definitely let me know if I missed anything about this new Z as well. But like always, guys, thank you for all the support, and I'll see you guys in the next one.